Good morning, friends. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. I miss seeing you guys in class, but it's really awesome when I get to see your artwork and pictures and videos that your family send to me. So keep that coming. Your earth art was so awesome. I was very excited to look at everything. Everyone did such a cool job. Go ahead and look at the slideshow if you haven't, just to see other people's work. Just like you're in class, you can check out your friends' work too. All right, so this week we are going to be doing a storytelling lesson. And you might think that storytelling is only for books and words, but think about how there's so many pictures that go along in books too. There are so many artists that tell stories by just using images or pictures. So today we're going to learn about one of those artists. Her name is Faith Ringgold. She's from New York City. She has written at least one book, and she creates these beautiful artworks that are made out of fabric and paint. They kind of look like a blanket or something called a quilt, which is something that we're going to talk about later after we read the story. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my computer screen, and I'm going to read you the story that she wrote, and then I will tell you a little bit about our project this week. Tar Beach by Faith Ringgold. I will always remember when the stars fell down around me and lifted me up above the George Washington Bridge. I could see our tiny rooftop with Mommy and Daddy and Mr. and Mrs. Honey, our next door neighbors, still playing cards as if nothing was going on. And BB, my baby brother, lying real still on the mattress, just like I told him to. His eyes like huge floodlights tracking me through the sky. Here's her brother. Here's her. Here are the neighbors. Sleeping on Tar Beach was magical. Lying on the roof in the night, with stars and skyscraper buildings all around me, made me feel rich, like I owned all that I could see. The bridge was my most prized possession. Here is Cassie, the main character, and here's the bridge. Daddy said that the George Washington Bridge is the longest and most beautiful bridge in the world, and that it opened in 1931, on the very day that I was born. Daddy worked on that bridge, hoisting cables. Since then, I have wanted that bridge to be mine. Now I have claimed it. All I had to do was fly over it for it to be mine forever. I can wear it like a giant diamond necklace, or just fly above it and marvel at its sparkling beauty. I can fly, yes, fly, me, Cassie Louise Lightfoot, only 8 years old and in the third grade, and I can fly. That means I am free to go wherever I want for the rest of my life. Here's Cassie, imagining she can fly over the bridge. Daddy took me to see the new union building he's working on. He can walk on steel girders high up in the sky and not fall. They call him the cat. But still, he can't join the union because Grandpa wasn't a member. Well, Daddy's going to own that building because I'm going to fly over it and give it to him. Then it won't matter that he's not in their old union, or whether he's colored or a half-breed Indian like they say he is. He'll be rich and won't have to stand on 24-story high girders and look down. He can look at his own building going up. And Mommy won't cry all winter when he goes to look for work and doesn't come home. And Mommy can laugh and sleep late like Mrs. Honey. And we can have ice cream every night for dessert. Next, I'm going to fly over the ice cream factory just to make sure we do. Ooh, the ice cream factory. Tonight, we're going up to Tar Beach. Mommy is roasting peanuts and frying chicken, and Daddy will bring home a watermelon. Mr. and Mrs. Honey will bring the beer and their old green card table. And then the stars will fall around me, and I will fly to the Union Building. So Cassie is calling their rooftop Tar Beach. I'll take BB with me. He has threatened to tell Mommy and Daddy if I leave him behind. I told him it's very easy. Anyone can fly. All you need is somewhere to go that you can't get to any other way. The next thing you know, we're flying through the stars. Oh, that's the end. Here's the beautiful artwork and the back of the book. All right, now that we have finished reading Tar Beach by Faith Ringgold, we're going to talk about a little bit about Faith Ringgold and a little bit about her work. So she is obviously an author. She wrote the book, and an artist. She did all of the illustrations or pictures to go along with the book. She grew up in Harlem in New York City, and she uses fabric and paint to create her artworks. So after listening to the book, I want you to talk to a family member or a friend or even a pet about these questions. So who is the main character in the story? There might be more than one. You might only think there's one. Also think about, when was a time that you felt like Cassie, the girl in the book, from the story? So we're going to move on a little bit and talk about how Faith Ringgold uses books and artwork to tell stories. Her art is inspired by her own stories of growing up and also other people's stories in history. She makes her artwork look like quilts or blankets that used to be sewn by African Americans during times of slavery. Back in history, quilts were used to tell stories and send messages, and also to help other people. So that's an example of how artwork has been used to tell stories for a very, very long time. Here's her quilt. So your project this week is to think of a story from your life and create an artwork using that story idea. Maybe it was your favorite party, maybe it was a special time with your family, maybe it was at school, maybe it was a scary or sad time. Stories don't have to just be happy. Stories happen every day. Choose one story from your life and think about showing, where is your setting or background? Where were you in this story? Who were you with? Was it just you? Were there other people or animals? What was happening in your story? You can create this artwork by drawing, painting, collaging, which is using cut up pictures and papers, taking pictures or photographs, whatever you'd like. Use your imagination and then add your artwork to the slides after this. I also want you to add 1 to 3 sentences about your story, and also don't forget to check out other people's works too that are going to be adding it to the slides. So in case you're confused, all you need to do is create one piece of art that tells a story in your life, just like Faith Ringgold has done here. So instead of reading the whole book of Tar Beach, she created this beautiful quilt or blanket square made out of fabric and paint, and then she also has some words on there to tell that story that was in her book. So think about how you could show a story by using pictures, and then you're going to add 1 to 3 sentences to it. All right, super excited to see what you guys make. I am super looking forward to it. All right, miss you guys. Bye.